Good morning, families, friends, teachers, school committee members, administrators, and the class of 2025. Nearly every day, even in the years before high school, whenever I wasn't nose deep in homework, stressing over that homework, or falling asleep doing that homework, I've been like a sponge for knowledge in my everyday life. I've soaked up patterns, figures of speech, and examined many behaviors and practices from both close friends and total strangers, using all of those little details to refine my own character and expand my knowledge. Although this helped me to consistently get the report card that would make my parents proud, I myself struggled to feel quite the same sense of pride. As someone who has become invested in being productive and honest, paying attention to the smallest details in the work I do and the way I interact with people, there has been a recurring problem in that nearly every idea I've come up with was a borrowed one. I've memorized countless solutions to some absurd math practice problems. My self-deprecating humor that I've used to squeeze smiles out of the people around me is almost always based on some wisecrack that I heard previously on TV or from a friend, just as nearly every workout I've ever done was laid out in front of me, step by step, by a coach or my sensei. While I owe every step of my life to these countless people who have shaped me into the person I am now, my reliance on their influence in my life can leave me feeling unoriginal and uninspired. As someone who aspires to contribute to the world's pursuit of further knowledge, this comes as a bit of a problem. From its most revolutionary minds, ranging from Einstein, Madonna, Steve Jobs, and everyone in between, all were linked by their history of acknowledging what was widely accepted, challenging those very ideas, and adding their own character and creativity. In doing so, they refined the ideas and customs that were widely accepted, adding more layers of depth and complexity to expand our thought. I bet this will come as a real shocker to you all, but the world is changing. With the help of those trusty 6-inch supercomputers in our pockets, today we find ourselves constantly bombarded by information that continues to be more and more accessible to us. As someone who bore witness to and was also guilty of occasionally not showing up to school, sorry, Mr. Fitz, our time marks a golden age of letting other people do all the thinking for us to make our lives as easy and as simple as ever. Through my years of watching you all, not in a creepy way, one of the things I found we are most privy to is the influence of trends that we define ourselves by. Remember that ancient era called 2016, where bottle flipping was an obsession? From there, we witnessed the craze of stealing bathroom mirrors and soap dispensers going into high school. And finally, the present day, where some have fallen into the habit of letting AI do their work for them. The endless stream of ideas fed to us every day will naturally have an influence on our lives. But too often, we let those ideas become our identity out of convenience rather than letting them become a fragment of our identity as a way to steer ourselves towards self-improvement. It's a natural gift that we have the ability to think for ourselves and to use our minds in the most creative, humorous, and elegant ways imaginable, a gift that we've slowly harnessed over the past 12 years on our journeys to today. It would be a real shame to let all of that potential go to waste. We are inherently creative and unique beings, with the unique part of our character, the sole source bringing life to the room, often being the one refreshing part of an otherwise mundane cycle of people's day-to-day lives. For me, that life came in the network of friends, friend groups, and a track team that I've been lucky enough to come across. From their sympathy for my pain, from constantly being overworked, to their positive and obnoxious spirit, and of course their stupid sense of humor that I would definitely get into trouble too for talking about on the stage. I'm sure all of you can attest to the impact a friend or loved one has had on your life as they shared some light from their unique story with you, brightening this chapter of your own. As you go on to meet new people with their own story to tell, which is hopefully more heartwarming than mine, let yourself not imitate what you know and see, but be inspired by it and create moments that are tailored to you tailored to objects and ideas that are meaningful specifically to you. Let yourself be vulnerable and let your imagination and thoughts roam free, unrestrained by fear of the judgment of others or even yourself. In light of those who have helped me reach this stage today, I hope that both my final words and yours can be that of gratitude. While you guys are the ones that walked your unique paths and will walk up on the stage in a few minutes, today's celebration of you is also thanks to the people around you who help clear the path and lead you down it. Whether it's a certain friend, mentor, idol, or maybe even a childhood plush Curious George stuffed animal that you've hugged every night. Anyone and anything that was integral to getting you to where you are now. Dare I say there's no better time than now to give them your thanks for helping you on your journey. Make it as simple or as grand as you want, and to help point you in the right direction, I'll give you probably the most dramatic example possible. Mom, Dad, Wes, I have not been the best son or brother that nodded my head and put up a smile when Mom takes out the camera, as I can see her doing right now. However, I owe everything to you. Everything I've been physically provided with, every time you've grounded me so that I was thorough in everything I did, every time you looked out for me during my sicknesses and lows beyond my breaking point, every time you've pushed me to think for myself and not blindly accept reality just because. I hope you know that I don't just see you as taxi drivers I'm forced to coexist with, but as people I'm grateful to have raised me and taken so much care of me, grateful to a point that I don't think words are enough to convey what you truly mean to me. To all of you around me, see, that wasn't that hard, right? So when you go home and all the partying is over, I hope you find it in you to put together your own heartfelt words to someone who really made that difference in your life. Let that example, or maybe even someone else's, be an inspiration that might just move you all to speak from the heart. To all of you, fellow classmates, as weird as it sounds, thanks for existing. Thanks for the confusion, for the laughs, for the inspiration, and maybe even that sense of community you've created. I'm grateful for some of the happiest days I've shared with you, having been able to meet your authentic selves and share memories that really did feel as original and personal as could be. It is inevitable to face both triumphs and adversity in the near future. Whatever the case, I urge you all to soak in the entire world around you, as I always have, and embrace the most random, insane, and fun ideas that you can imagine, backed by 18 years of living to foster a lifetime of even better living. As I finally say goodbye to you all, I wish you happy and hopefully authentic memories as you move on from this small world around you to explore what the real world has to offer. Thank you.